Hello everyone. So today we'll cover chapter 5, major domains of the earth. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so as you know from the previous chapters, we have seen about the globe maps and everything, latitudes, longitudes. Now we'll study something which are known as the domains of the earth. So there are total 4 major domains in the earth, present in the earth. Okay, so one is the solid portion of the earth, which is called as the lithosphere. Okay, the second one is the gaseous layers that surround the earth, that is called as the atmosphere. Okay, the third one is called as the hydrosphere, which is water. Okay, so the water covers a very big area of earth's surface, and this area which covers water is called as hydrosphere. Okay, water means it comprises water in all its forms, that is ice, water and water vapor. And the fourth major domain of the earth is the narrow zone, where we find this all three interact, that is land, water and air together, okay, meet, which contains all forms of life, that is called as the biosphere. These are the 4 major domains of the earth. Now next, first is lithosphere. As you all know, the solid portion of the earth is called as lithosphere. It comprises of the rocks of the earth's crust and thin layers of soil that contain nutrient elements which sustain organisms. So this is about lithosphere. And second thing is, there are 2 main divisions of the earth's surface. One is continents, as you might have heard, and second is ocean basins. Okay, all the oceans are connected to each other, that is fine, and the level of sea water remains the same everywhere. So how you measure the elevation of land is from the level of the sea. Okay, so the level of the sea is always taken as 0. According to that, the highest mountain peak, Mount Everest, is 8,848 meters above the sea level, and the greatest depth of 11,022 meters is recorded at Mariana Trench in Pacific Ocean. Fine. Next, these are some 2 facts which might be important as it is given in your NCERT textbook. Edmund Hillary from Britain and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa from India were the first men to climb the highest mountain peak, Mount Everest, on the planet Earth on 29th of May 1953, and the second is the first Indian woman to climb the highest peak on the Mount Everest on 23rd of May 1984 was Bichendri Pal. Okay, she is quite famous, you might know. These 2 facts are very important. They are asked in many of the general knowledge examinations. Okay, so now here you can see this is the world map. Okay, and these all which you can see colored are the continents, and the rest are blue part is the water bodies. Okay, so what we come to know here is continents are 7. There are 7 major continents. These are separated by large water bodies and they all are connected, as I already told you. And which are the 7 major continents? Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia and Antarctica. So you can see here, this is Asia, this is Europe, this is Africa, Australia, South America, North America, and this is the white part is the Antarctica. Okay, these are the 7 major continents. And now first one is Asia. It is the largest continent and it covers around 1/3 of the total surface of the area of the earth, and it is in the eastern hemisphere. As you can see, this is the eastern hemisphere, and it is separated by Europe through by Ural mountains. Here somewhere there are Ural mountains, and Asia and Europe together combinedly are called as Eurasia. Okay, and what else? Okay, so this is what I told you. Yes, Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent. Do remember that. And next is about Europe. Europe is much smaller than Asia and it lies to the west of Asia. As you can see in the diagram here, this is Europe. This is smaller than Asia obviously, and it lies to the west of Asia. And Arctic Circle also passes through Europe. Okay. So these are some important facts which are given in your NCERT textbook. Okay, and yeah, obviously one more fact here is it is surrounded by water bodies on 3 sides. As you can see, Europe, north, and to the west of it, and to the south of it, it is surrounded by water bodies from 3 sides, and on the east of it is Asia. Okay, fine, this is done. Now next let's go to another continent, which is Africa. Okay, So Africa is the second largest continent after Asia, and the equator runs almost through the middle of the continent. A large part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. It is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, equator, and Tropic of Capricorn passes. So this is very important. Okay, this thing. Tropic of Cancer, equator, and Tropic of Capricorn, these three important latitudes passes through the continent of Africa. Sahara Desert, which is the world's largest hot desert, is located in Africa. This continent is bound on all sides by oceans and seas, and the world's longest river, Nile, also flows through the continent Africa, and it is the second largest continent. Okay, so you can see here, this is Africa. First largest continent is Asia, second is Africa. It is surrounded by water bodies from all its sides, and all Tropic of Cancer, equator, and Tropic of Capricorn, all three of these important latitudes passes through the continent of Africa. Okay, now the next continent is North America. Okay, so North America is the third largest continent of the world after Asia and Africa, as you know, and it is linked to South America by a very narrow strip of land called the Isthmus of Panama. We will see later what is a isthmus, and the continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere, and three oceans surround this continent. It is on the north, it is bounded by Arctic Ocean, east by North Atlantic Ocean, and on the west by North Pacific Ocean. Again, I will go to this diagram, and here you can see this is North America, and this is the Isthmus of Panama, through which it is connected to South America, and it is surrounded by oceans on three sides. Here is the Arctic Ocean, here is the Atlantic Ocean, here is the Pacific Ocean. Okay, and it is third largest in size after Asia, Africa. Okay, then third is North America. Okay, so this is it about North America. Okay, now we will go to South America. South America lies mostly in southern hemisphere, as you saw in the diagram already. South America is bounded by Atlantic Ocean to the east, Pacific Ocean to the west. The Andes, world's largest mountain range, runs through its length from north to south, and South America has world's largest river, the Amazon. You might have heard in Brazil. Brazil lies in South America. So here you can see South America, right? And most of it lies in the southern hemisphere, and here on the west you can see Pacific Ocean, on the east you can see Atlantic Ocean. So we saw all these major continents. One is left, that is Antarctica. Okay, North America is done, South America is done. Okay, Australia is also left. Australia is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere, and it is surrounded on all sides by oceans, seas, and it is called an island continent. Okay, so here I'll again go to the map and show you about Australia. This green one is Australia, surrounded by water bodies, oceans and seas, and it is therefore called an island continent. Okay, so it is entirely in the southern hemisphere, as you can see, and the last continent which we have to go through is which one? Antarctica. Okay, so Antarctica is completely in the southern hemisphere. It is a huge continent. It is larger than the combined area of Europe and Australia, and the South Pole lies almost at the center of this continent. And as it is located in South Polar region, it is permanently covered with thick ice sheets, and there are no permanent human settlements. And for research purposes, many countries have their research stations built in Antarctica. India also has stations there, and it is important for you to know its name. Its name is Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. Okay. So let me show you this continent also in the map, so you are clear with the idea of all the continents. This one, this is Antarctica. It is larger than the combined area of Europe and Australia. So the largest continent is Asia, then you have Africa, then North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. So we are done with the major continents. Okay, there are 7 major continents, as you can see. Once again, let's see all these facts. Okay, now let's come here. We came to know about the word isthmus. Isthmus of Panama, as we read, connects North America and South America. So what is isthmus? Isthmus is a narrow strip of land joining two land masses. So this isthmus is joining two land masses, North America and South America. Okay, and then another term here comes is strait. A strait is a narrow passage of water connecting two large water bodies like seas and ocean. Okay, so here you can see India and Sri Lanka, and in the middle of India and Sri Lanka there is a strait. Okay, so in NCERT textbook there is a question, name the strait between India and Sri Lanka. If you know the answer, please do mention in the comment section. I will look forward to your answers. So today we'll learn till here only. In the next video I'll explain you the second part of the chapter, since it's a bit long, and here you can see this continents as given in the NCERT textbook, okay, according to their area. The Asia being the largest, second largest being Africa, then North America, then this is South America, then Antarctica, Europe and Australia. So I'll cover from hydrosphere in the next video. So in the next video I'll also tell you the answer for this. Till then I'll wait for your answers. Okay, thank you so much.